Hey guys, it's Titan coming at you with another game of Minecraft. Really, it's just wheat. You know what we do here. It's not a mystery. There are no mysteries here. It's just wheat. You know what you're getting. Pseudo-philosophical ramblings and, farming. In that order. I was just hanging around and figured this would be how I ended my day. Guess there's a new update, which I sort of saw the other day whenever I was playing on the Spelldruck realm. I'm like, wait, there are spears in the game? But I guess there are. Now I have to figure out if I want one in hardcore or not. We're solidly at a part of the wheat field that is like not perfect for farming in. I mean, most of it isn't. Look, it's a field for like beauty and the preservation of the natural form of the land, not for efficiency. Else that space wouldn't be there. But obviously we didn't have quite enough seeds yet. We'll just get a brace of them and then run over to where the seeds go. And then we'll put the hay bales into the box of hay bales. And I guess we'll plant over in this direction. Alright, now that that's over with, we can have the pleasing sound of the rain on the riverbank. Never in the savannah, of course, but you can still hear it. It's falling like right here. And often you'll get some wheat down, and then just like one sheep can mess up everything so bad. They don't mean to do it. They do. They're evil. But what I mean to what I mean to say is they don't consciously do it to destroy the wheat. They destroy it because sheep are terrible, terrible forces of nature who hate all things wonderful and beautiful, you know, whether or not they are wheat-shaped. But now that one's gone. And of course, they can't spawn on the wheat, so the real thing you need to do to protect your field is make sure there are no gaps in it. So right here, like, imagine a sheep spawns over here. Sure, there's all this space that they won't mess up, but with all that space on the riverbank, you know, it's just prime area for them to ruin. But not on my watch, I say. No, the world deserves a better story than that. Hey, Doran. Hey, this a lot of time planting wheat instead. Yeah, well, you know, I've certainly planted more wheat than I've built things in Minecraft. Planted more wheat in Minecraft than I've done a lot of things in life, actually. Of all my totally normal video game obsessions, this has got to be the most normal of them. Sometimes you just get locked into a very clearly awesome project, and there's a temptation to see how far it'll go. Man, this patch is a lot bigger than I thought of unwheated land here in the middle of the savannah. Because we had totally, like, I mean, I guess it was sort of at the outside, but like we had just gone in that direction and not even finished this up, or this little block there. Pretty upsetting, you know. Need to do better than all that. Are we gonna do that island? Probably. But it's always nice to do, like, the biome. Then you can leave the one next to it for a little bit of contrast, you know. Like, if you didn't know where the savannah was, here you can tell. It's everywhere the wheat is. Saw on the Minecraft launcher there was like this short story that involved like a pun about wheat, and I was like, man, I should write a little short story about wheat. That would be my breakout. But I'm too lazy. I've been writing a short story about people walking through a wheat field for longer than I would care to admit. Will it ever get finished? Probably not. Much better. Hard to believe how long I've been working on this field. It feels much less long, and yet simultaneously like a like a significantly longer period of time. It's funny how life is that way, you know. Like Modest Mouse says in the song, you know, the days go fast, but the years go so slow. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, it's the other way around. I'm only joking. I knew the line. I do love me some Modest Mouse. Both perspectives on time, though. Interesting enough, right? Depending on how you feel about your position in life or what it is, you know, you can have a pretty drastically different view on it. I remember being younger. Every memory I have is a memory of when I was younger, but you know, like whenever I was still in school and stuff, it just felt like an eternity that I would have to be spending doing all the stuff I didn't want to do. And now, besides like going to work all the time, I basically don't ever have to do anything I don't want to. It's great. Say this is one of the more unique uses of free will you've seen. Thank you. You know, I do want to prove that it exists. Or that if it doesn't, that we're afforded enough unique opportunities in a deterministic universe to make it close enough. After all, would anybody else do this? Maybe not. It's not like I fear that I may not have been unique without this field of wheat. Fortunately, there aren't any more of me. I think even the people that like me wouldn't want there to be two. I'm not like French fries, right? It's how much wheat do I need to have before I'll start saying I have the most in the world? I mean, I probably do. If I keep on saying I probably do, but I'm not going to claim it, I just seem like a person who's humble bragging about it, right? I need to set out and do my research. Maybe there's like a forum of Minecraft nerds where they already know these facts. Minecraft nerds, not me. I'm a gentleman. All I do is plant wheat. Just a regular cool guy. That's how everyone describes me. No, I'm only playing. People have actually always liked me more than I thought they ought to. Even when people don't like me very much, I often find fault with them for it, right? I'm like, these are the reasons you picked? How insufficient. Perhaps you would like me to, like, make these better for you. That way, when you try to explain yourself, you won't sound like a fool. And they're like, now you're doing it. I'm like, okay, that one's fair. Little wheat here and there. Gonna have to mend up soon enough. We can probably go to the end of the whole setup though, before the hoe runs out of durability. It's got still a good little sliver of orange there. It's made out of Stern stuff. I keep on getting stuck on like what I should call the video for when I eventually like claim to have it. When I claim the record. Do I just call it I have the most wheat in the world? Or is it I planted the most wheat in the world in Minecraft? Something like that. You know, descriptive, bold, muscular, gets to the point. And then I have to think about, like, you know, the cinematography of it. Where do we start in the field? How do we begin? Do we start with, like, a before picture? Like, do we go back in time and, like, overlay what the land looked like before there was wheat at all? And then sort of, like, do, like a PowerPoint, like, unfocused thing? I don't know. I've never edited a video. I want to do a good job whenever I claim it, though. Someone with at least 500k? Well, they've got more than me then, right? Because here, we've only used 350k of them. we've got rookie numbers then. Someone said that they thought there was one that I was close to, but yeah, nowhere close then. That's why I can't claim it, you know, I didn't do the research. Thank you, Voiding. Now we know that that's the number we gotta get more than. Because I never even thought I was that close, but people told me that I was. I thought it would be more like a couple of million, because Minecraft's been out a long time, and this is just like a very normal thing to do, right? And then people explained to me that it wasn't that normal, actually, and I'm like, well, isn't it, though? But of course, this isn't about wheat seed uses specifically. It's about the size of the whole field. That's what the dream is. The seed uses minus the seeds harvested. That's just the way we keep track. Otherwise, you know, we're counting the replanting, and it's not really what it's about, right? You know, it's about the expansiveness of it. It's about, you know, the dream of wheat as it conquers the landscape until nothing else remains. You know, just wheat. Just wheat. This song would have been so good to play in band. I've probably said it before, but it would have been so good. And I would have done the chimes parts, because I always got my chimes parts. That was the deal. I was like, look, I'll play the parts that make you have to read music, but I always get to go do the cool stuff. Where I played percussion in high school, a lot of people were very, very lazy drummer boys and didn't want to learn how to read music at all. But I kinda already knew how. I'm not good at music or anything. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I was a percussionist, you know, in high school, so I didn't know anything. Seriouthland's been active for 4.5 years. You have a combined 143,000 seed uses. That's a good number. Respectable. I started playing, just like in the last week or so, on my friend's Beldrock Realm as well. Someone was asking if I was going to plant wheat there, and like, no I'm not. I'd rather do my own dentistry than plant wheat in Bedrock. Because I was originally thinking it would be funny to plant some wheat there, and then I'm like, no, only a modest amount, nothing fun. Not worth it. I almost played that this evening here, but I didn't want to stress. I just wanted to chill for the end of my day. So I have the most seed uses on the server with almost 18k. Nice. I have that many. Does it count the when you feed it to an animal as a use. Perhaps you fed it to chickens or something. If you don't think you farmed that much. But I mean, 4.5 years, you know, that's, yeah. Plenty of days to do that many. Just do what? Like 15 seeds a day or so and be almost there? It's probably not the real number. No, very many else digital. Because, like, here we have... Like, I've mined... Or I've used 51,000 sand blocks, right? It's a lot of sand. Most of them planting. But my, I was draining this underwater monument. You know, by hand, because I don't know any other way. So that's what all the sand was done for. But that was ages ago, more than a year ago now. The monument was before I started playing with Monsters On, which was before I started playing hardcore, right? So... Which I totally still think about, like, draining a monument in hardcore again. Draining one in hardcore at all. I was starting to think about working on one in World 334, but then, of course, we died to the Ender Dragon Crystal. I will say one of my very favorite things about Minecraft is that it keeps all of these stats. I think it's awesome. It's just so much fun for me to be able to have those numbers readily available, right? It would be so annoying if I had to, like, get a computer program to tell me how much wheat there was. Although it would be nice for verification purposes. Isn't it beautiful? Look at how it cuts through the orange there. 200 AK sand uses. Wow, yeah, that dwarfs mine. Use a lot of clear water and lava. Yeah, makes sense. Well, just a shorter one for right now. I'm a little sleepy. Getting over a cold. I think I'm finally. Fingers crossed. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious though. Hopefully I'll be actually over it and I won't be having the sniffles anymore. I've been having to deal with that for the last week. I haven't been feeling bad, right? But you know, it's never nice when you can't breathe good, and it's a huge hassle when you're a cook and you have to blow your nose, right? Because you know, you go away, you blow your nose, you wash your hands, you get gloves on again, you know. That's a long way to be away from your station. Anyway, nobody asked, but that's just another reason that it's annoying being slightly sick. But hopefully I'm getting over that. Tomorrow my work week starts up again, but I'll be around. You know me. I'm on basically every day, and I'll probably be on tomorrow, and maybe I'll see you guys then later during later voiding. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed. And if someone else out there has 500k seed uses, we've got to get these numbers way up. We got to make sure that they don't catch us coming for their record. You know, maybe I need to stop streaming all of this, you know, just private the videos until we're ready for the reveal. I'm only playing. If I can't win the title, I'm just happy to compete, right? Well, anyway, good night, everybody. That's all I've got for you. Maybe I'll see you in another streamer video later on.